Hi there, Virgo. Welcome to your end of October 2025 General Tarot Update. It's Raina here. When I said end of October, I was like, oh no, that must be a mistake. It's like, how can it be? We're going into the end of October. It's just like crazy. Okay, let's see here. The heart of the matter is the Chariot card, which is a card of victory. Here they show cats, black and white cats. The black and white theme is the theme of duality. And it's like triumphing over something with these dual forces trying to oppose you. And so it is a triumph of like keeping your eyes on the prize about something. It's a card connected to Cancer, so there could be a Cancer individual in your life. In the past position, we have the Temperance card. This is a card of balancing the spiritual and the material. Now, this is post eclipse. You had a solar eclipse 29 degrees in your sign. So there could be some things that you've had to temper in your life because maybe it was coming up to the surface that there was imbalance, some extreme, like for instance, you're working too much and then something happens that forces you to see, what exactly are you doing? Because the Chariot as success, what is true success? Being able to bring the spiritual into the material. When you do have career ambitions, what is the end game? What is it that you're looking to find? Because I'm sure that a lot of people, when they achieve their success, they still are not feeling like they have arrived. There's like some new level that they have to achieve or hoop that they have to jump through. So what does that say? It says that the material has limited ability to satisfy us. It really can't. And because of this, we have to look higher. And the Temperance card is about blending these energies or these influences, or learning how to, what is that word? Integrate them, because you're an earth sign. That's just what you are. So you tend to favor the practical. But there's more to life, and you can put your life in a better perspective if you have a spiritual framework to do so. So any kind of success that you have, you're realizing that there's like a higher purpose and a bigger picture that goes along with that. Speaking of the higher purpose, higher, bigger picture, that's what this position is. And I got the Knight of Wands, and that's a card of freedom. You could even say expansion in a way, but especially freedom, because it's kind of like a wild horse, and the person, it's that Sagittarius energy of the wild horse, galloping freely. And so maybe that is the ultimate for you, is that you have the ability to live in a way. I think a lot of Virgos are, what do they call those? And now they call it minimalist, but they used to call it, I think it's something else, but one of them is simple living. And basically, it's like living a non materialistic, very down to earth, simple lifestyle that isn't very complicated, isn't high maintenance, and things like that. So, when time is something that you value and peace of mind is something you value, that type of life can really call to you. I'm going to set this one aside. I can get to this card. Well, crosses you as the King of Pentacles, so there could be still a part of yourself that is drawn to this idea of being rich or having a lot of money. Sometimes this can be disapproval from an authority figure like a father who may feel like you're wasting your life. And I realize that this reading may not be something that everyone identifies with. But I'm going to continue with this storyline because I think it's a really important one to communicate to people, because I don't think in the spiritual spaces we talk enough about how to live that way. There's more of a glamorizing of kind of affluent living. I mean, high off the hog living. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with having money or being affluent. I'm talking about the way that you live on a daily basis. Like, does it take a lot to keep that afloat? And if it does, then that can really cut into your ability to do other things that you want. You may have had a breakthrough because you have started to see this. What's coming in is the Nine of Cups. This is wish fulfillment. This can have material benefits as well. I want you to know that. And this could be that you get something that you have really wanted, and it really makes you feel fulfilled emotionally, because it's something that maybe you have been wanting. Maybe it is a dream come true for you in some way. And if this has to do with love, the Chariot can be getting what you want by being balanced in your approach. Knight of Wands can be kind of like commitment phobic energy. And that is, it's a shame that we use terms like commitment phobic, because to me, it's actually a good thing to be. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to pause before I did that. That's really rude. I wasn't thinking. But really, a person who is not necessarily wanting to go right into a relationship may simply be very mindful about it and knows that this is a super important issue, that it's nothing to just take lightly. So we don't have to label people as commitment phobic if they are wanting to be very sure about the person that they're involved with. The outcome is the Five of Swords. This is a card of, sometimes this can be a card of empty victory. That's what one of my book calls it. And that's basically that you get something, there's other swords here. This particular deck doesn't show other people, but there can be. And it's like you get what you want at the expense of another person. And that would be an empty victory. And it could be also very hollow, because let's say it was love related and it's kind of like a rivalry. It doesn't mean that you're going to feel secure about that other person. So it's super important to realize that, you have the right to question someone who, I mean, I'm saying like question within yourself the the trust factor of someone who is cheating on their partner to be with you. But you also have to look at yourself and how you are playing into it. And that's what I mean also by empty victory. It could mean that there are people who are, maybe they're downing your success. It could be coworkers. I often think of coworkers with the Five of Swords. Who knows? Maybe in some cases it could be family. So I picked a clarification card and I got Eight of Cups, leaving what no longer is emotionally fulfilling for you. So definitely, if you find that, it's funny because we have two cards here, the Nine of Cups and the Chariot card, and both of these can be that you have something that you want that comes to you. Isn't it interesting how when good stuff happens to someone, they can often see who the haters are in their life, who's envious about that. And it's a damn shame because it just shows that sometimes people are so supportive of you because they feel like you're in the same boat they're in, and they don't, you know what I mean? They're not happy with their life and you're not happy with yours. So, hey, we'll bond together, not being happy. And of course, that's no way to live. We want to be the best version of ourselves. And when we're dealing with other people, we want to encourage them to be the best version of themselves. So you may find that you have to walk away from someone or some people or a job in order to feel more fulfilled. It sounds kind of contradictory that you can leave something and let it go in order to feel more fulfilled, but it's so true. If you're in a place where your soul feels like it's being sucked out of you, well, that's an obvious sign that it's not nourishing you. It's not building you up. Same with relationships. So you have a lot of good energy around you. Enjoy your blessings. Don't allow anyone to kind of diminish them in any way. And I hope you enjoyed this, Virgo. If you would like a private reading, be it astrology, the tarot, or both, please click on the link below for more information. Thanks for watching. Bye.